Welcome back to Hey Kentucky. Now with UK's recruiting class finally finalized, it is time to sort of look back and see just how good does it compare to the rest of Calipari's classes. Now clearly we won't know until they actually play the games, but I thought this would be a good time to look at all of Cal's past classes and rank them. Now my ranking system is going to be based on how they did in college, not the hype coming out of high school and not what they did in the NBA. Just how well did they perform in college? Let's take a look. In last place, I'm going to put the 2015 recruiting class. That was Jamal Murray, Skal, Briscoe, Matthews, and Humphreys. Murray was a college star. He could shoot better than anybody, but the rest of that class was kind of disappointed. Matthews ended up transferring, Skal may be one of Cal's biggest busts, and Briscoe was just so-so. I think they are at the bottom. Now, at number 8, I'll take the 2012 class. Of course, that was his NIT year, but part of that was due, of course, to Nerlens Noel's injury. Before his injury, Nerlens was a high-level player and was probably all-SEC caliber. Willie Cauley-Stein eventually became a first-team All-American, but Alex Poythress and Archie Goodwin and Ryan Harrell were all disappointments. And so I think 8th place is about right, even though Nerlens and Willie were both very good. At number 7, I'm going to put last year's class. Now, granted, this class still has room to move up. Knox, Alexander, P.J. Washington, Quade, Richards, Diallo, Vanderbilt, and Baker were Cal's biggest class, and they had some successes. Knox and Shea will both be lottery picks, but some of these guys didn't reach what we thought. Hamidou Diallo was a little bit of a disappointment. We haven't seen much from Nick Richards yet. And P.J. Washington and Jarrett Vanderbilt might go to the NBA before they can even do much in college. This class could still move up, but I like it at number 7 now. Number 6, I'm going to put Brandon Knight, Terrence Jones, Deron Lamb, and Enes Kanter. That's the 2010 class. Now, unfortunately, Enes Kanter didn't play, so we don't get to use him very well. But Knight, Jones, and Lamb were all huge for UK. Knight took the team to a Final Four, and Jones and Lamb were part of the national championship team in 2012. It shows how good Cal's other classes are that they're at number 6. Now at number 5, I'm going to take a 3-person class that had other guys but really was 3 killers, Fox, Bam, and Monk. This team should have been and could have been a national champion. And really, 3 guys led the whole team. Fox and Monk were stars, and by the end of the year, Bam played himself to a high pick as well. I love the way these 3 guys played, and there may be no team on this list that was more dominated by 3 people than this one. At number 4, I'm going to put Calipari's highest ranked class. 2013, the Harrison twins, Randall, Young, Derek Willis, Dominique Hawkins, and Dakari Johnson. Now, no class won more than this. The Harrison twins, of course, back-to-back title, Final Four games, and some great finishes. But there was some disappointment. James Young didn't quite get it done like we thought in college, and Dakari was so-so. Still a great class. At 3, I'm going to take Cal's lowest ranked class he ever had, 2014. Karl Towns, Devin Booker, Trey Lyles, and Tyler Ulis. When they were recruited, some people thought Cal had lost a step, but look what he got. Karl Towns was an All-American, Devin Booker became a star, and Tyler Ulis is one of the best point guards to ever play here. This team almost was part of a 40-0 season, and they come in at number 3. At number 2, I'm going to say Anthony Davis, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Marcus Teague, and Kyle Wiltshire. Now, some of you probably thought this would be number 1, and Davis and Kidd-Gilchrist were awesome in college. But really, those were the only 2 guys in the class. Marcus Teague had a great NCAA tournament. Kyle Wiltshire was okay at Kentucky, but I'll put him at 2 based on the strength of their top 2. And number 1, I think Cal's best recruiting class in college was his first one. John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Bledsoe, Daniel Orton. These guys completely turned this program around. I know they lost in the Elite 8, but they made Kentucky basketball cool, and John Wall and Cousins are 2 players who are as good as anybody that have ever played here. Bledsoe surprised us with his success, and I think they are Cal's most important, and yes, his best recruiting class. So where will this year's group be? I don't know. Probably somewhere in the middle between 4 and 6, but they could be higher or lower, and how they succeed will determine whether or not Kentucky has a chance at number 9 next season.